Welcome to Barry Charles Harness, your one-stop shop for everything harness racing in Australia and New Zealand. On today's episode, we are going to look back at the Interdominion night, see the likes of the Locomotive and Don Hugo doing their stuff, as well as look at a couple of new guns on the rise, like tact McLeod on Falcon and Miki pins, while also looking at the big races from New Zealand over the weekend with the shock defeat of Princess Meritara getting beaten by Duchess Mexhit. Not shock in terms of who was the favourite, but a shock of how they won the race. So there was a big race there, and also Zach Meredith getting his first Group 1 as a trainer. And also I'm going to look at a couple of new, trot races that stunned in terms of a horse on debut and also a horse that come up with the drive of the week. Well, this is all happening here on the Barry Charles Harness. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. But yes, indeed, there's some big races to come. The Hunter Cup, Miracle Mile, and then another Interdominion to come up. So what will these big guns do going forward? Well, we'll find out right here, right now. And let's kick it all off where it all began in Menangle last night. We're going to check out a couple of the new up-and-coming horses. Tact McLeod, Mickey Pins versus Bainbridge, and the Falcon versus Was a Hex Seeker. Let's check out these videos now, and I'll be back to wrap them up.
Kingmaker lets down, but going for home, Tact McLeod has quickly beaten off South Coast Arden. Up on the inside, trying to stay on his armour, Ironstein. Running home strongly is Geordie. And further out on the track, Kingmaker making ground, but it's all over Tact McLeod. He makes a bird of it, Sam Thornley. Wins the series, and how? Goes home to score comfortably. The leader was a heat seeker. I'm the Falcons giving chase to its outside. Smooth Buzz through the middle, down the outside. Hypoactive. Here's I'm the Falcon. Out after was a heat seeker, and a soul-stirring struggle on the outside. I'm the Falcon hits the lead, comes clear, and I'm the Falcon beats was a heat seeker. About to go to war around the corner, 27-3. It's Bainbridge the leader, trying hard in second spot on the outside. Miki Pins, and they were followed by Kiang Wasabi. El Camino's finishing on, but Miki Pins goes up to Bainbridge. It hits the lead now. The leader starts to come away. It is Miki Pins pulling away from Bainbridge and goes home to win it. Third home, I'll go El Camino.
How good was that? Sam Thornley from New Zealand wrapping up the Australian Driving Championship, Young Drivers Championship, with a good win on Tact McLeod, but I was a little bit concerned for Young Justice disappointing with her ride on South Coast Arden. Should have been pushing towards the lead because that's what South Coast Arden likes to do. Was never a winning hope after that. But congratulations to Sam Thornley and Tact McLeod. That was a very good one. Also, looking at the middle race there, the Falcon getting up in front of was a heat seeker. These two horses look like horses that could potentially be looking to go to the Miracle Mile and the likes. We will talk about all this soon. But Mickey Pins to me was the most impressive sitting part in beating Bainbridge. But again, the question mark for all these horses is whether they can go fast splits the whole way. A lot of horses can go 3 splits fast. The last one, they're gone. But yeah, that slow one that's for like Mickey Pins and the likes had a slow quarter. And when they take on the real beast, there ain't no slow quarter, and that's where the pressure will go on. It's whether or not they can handle it. So what do I see for those horses going forward? Tact McLeod, to me, I know it won, but I don't really see him as a Miracle Mile type of horse. Has a little bit of gate speed, but not enough to beat the best of the best. Clearly could go that way. I think the Hunter Cup is more up Tact McLeod's alley, and similar with the Falcon. I think that's where both these horses will be going. Was a heat seeker to me as a out-and-out miler, and I think he should be looking at the Miracle Mile if he can get there. Mickey Pins, though, interesting to see how he goes in Bainbridge as well. These are both potential Miracle Miles, maybe just under that echelon at the moment, but you just never know. But we'll see. But all those horses can definitely go to Queensland for the Interdominions going forward. Who do I think is the best out of those horses? I'm going to go with Mickey Pins from what I've seen so far, but I mean, it's a little bit early to say if that is still a work in progress too. I think he's got the most to improve, so Mickey Pins for me. Yes, so what do I see going forward here now? There was another horse I didn't put in the video, but he was outstanding, Mr. Smarty, yes. Talking Gary Hall, Senior and Junior, think he is the next best thing after I'm the Mighty Quinn. They reckon he's gone above Chicago Bull now, and they think he can potentially be the next I'm the Mighty Quinn. So whether then, I don't think he'll be coming for the Hunter Cup or the Miracle Mile. It's too close to the Nullarbor. I think they'll just leave him at home, get him ready for the Nullarbor, and then potentially the Interdominion. And if not the Interdominion, potentially the New Zealand Cup. Be interesting to see how that goes for Mr. Smarty. But yeah, to me, I don't think here. And just a little side note, I actually have the Mighty Quins winning Interdominion colours. I've won the years at Gloucester Park, so this is a little side note with the signatures of Gary Hall and that. But getting back to racing here, yeah, I'm going to hold back on the fence here and not say he's as good as Chicago Bull yet. He's got a bit more proving to do yet against the top echelon to really show he's up to it. But good on for them to think he's heading that way. So that's they will know their stuff. So it will be interesting to see how they go. Well, now we're going to head off now to the Interdominion. Yes, the Trotters final. That, to be honest, turned into a procession. Wasn't much of a race, but all we can say is we salute you, the locomotive.
The first of our Group 1s. This is the Trotters Championship Grand Final. The lights on and they're racing, and the locomotive began well. Inside of it, Kiyang Chucky keeps the locomotive working, and they were followed by Toto Stride. Kiyang Stukas up on the inside, and then came Queen Alida, who's going to settle down next of all as they run onto that first turn. The locomotive takes over, but he's about to rock and roll here on this favourite. The locomotive leads by 4 metres, but Kiyang Chucky sticks on. They were followed next of all on the inside. Toro Stride running a mighty race. Parisian Artista's gone, and Queen Alida and Plymouth Chubb to the outside, but the locomotive packing plenty, led by 5 metres to the roar of the crowd. Kiyang Chucky's out after it. They were followed by Queen Alida, but it's the locomotive. Still 5, 6, 7 metres in front. Toot, toot, the locomotive is going to win it. The locomotive goes home to win it for Hollywood Hewitt. Beats Kiyang Chucky. Kiyang Stuka, a massive...
Yes, the locomotive was very, very good there, folks. Very, very good. He just went toot, toot all the way to victory. Really, it was just a stroll home. And probably the weakest, or one of the weak trotting fields again. It's disappointing not to have the likes of Just Believe, Call Me the Breeze, Muscle Mountain, Oscar Bonavina. But I mean, this just continues to happen. And what can you do? All you got to do is turn up, and that's what he's done. He's rocked up and said, yes, I am the best. And to be honest, the prize money's not up to it for many people to come. Because that's the big thing about the Dominions. The prize money, I mean, most horses will be thinking, we've got to travel to Newcastle, Bathurst, Menangle twice. There's still will be a base somewhere. It just doesn't make economical sense unless you think you're going to run in the top 3. You know, most New Zealand horses at the moment won't even run top 3. Trotter series, yes, but the Pacer series, not at the moment. New Zealand, they've got very weak horses at the moment, to be honest. Merlin is probably the best, and he got beat, so... by Rakira Rocket, so there's a lot of work to done for the New Zealand horses to get up to the best. Whether or not it's just the breeding, they're bred for speed, not for staying. And that's probably the biggest issue I think we're starting to see around the traps with the American bloods coming in. That is what's happened. They're built for speed, but they can't handle the bigger, longer distances. But yeah, the locomotive was the best horse, no doubt about it. Served bolted in. Outside of that, Kane Chucky had to run to win, but couldn't. A handy horse. And Kane Struker, good run, got out when the horse galloped, gave him the best chance to run on for food. But obviously Queen Alida was disappointing. Just didn't handle the length for the series in the end. The same with Plymouth Chubb. Because Plymouth Chubb with the run again, he would have run food, but just not finding it. A massive Metro just stuffed it up at the start by galloping, and that was the end of her chances of running top 4. But really, There's only one horse in the race, the Locomotive, and it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Will he look to defend his title, or will he go for the big dance, the trotters in Cambridge in April? That is the plan, from what I hear. That's where they're looking at. But nothing is guaranteed in this world. But to be honest, you had Just Believe, and potentially maybe better than all of them, King Yang Sahara to this Interdominion series. I think Yang Sahara is the best trotter going forward and has the edge on his side. Now let's have a look at the Pacers final. Yes, who was the best of the best in the Pacers final? All the talk earlier was Don Hugo, Dangerous, Captain's Knock, Minstrel. They were the top 4 going into the race, and he's one of them duly obliged. But there was a little bit of shock in terms of some horses going back, some horses going forward. But yeah, let's check out all the carnage, because Captain's Knock, Brad Hewitt did one good thing in the Trotters heat, but the next one was disaster, as you'll see in the clip. Roll the tape.
Arms back, they're racing. My Moonlight Dream, centre of the line, began quickly. Dangerous is scooting through. Deep on the track is Curly James. Don Hugo eases out of that early speed battle. They were followed by Jillaby Nitro. Max Delight got a nice cart through from Captain's Knock, and they were followed then by Minstrel. Hewitt's been able to get Captain's Knock just about off the inside. Oh, then there's a bit of trouble there. Captain's Knock has seemingly locked wheels with Narano. They're both in trouble. Dangerous is now 3 pegs. Jillaby Nitro's 4 pegs. On the outside of those getting a good run, Max Delight and Minstrel's 3 bikes wide. They were followed then by Terry. Pete said so, Captain's Knock, and then came Narano and Jim Artis at the back as they run down the back of the track now in the direction of the 800 metres, and Don Hugo sustained a run on the outside, and Don took the lead, the fave. 28 for the second quarter, 57.3 the half. It's Don Hugo ahead in front of Minstrel. They were followed in third spot then by, taking closer order, Max Delight. Then came on the inside Curly James yielding ground. Then came Terry around the outside trying to get into the action as Captain's Knock from My Moonlight Dream and Dangerous. But these two go to war up top. They come to the quarter pole. 400 metres left to go. 26-1 the split. It's Don Hugo and Minstrel. Terry's running a mighty race behind them then. Looking for an out as Max Delight. Don Hugo gets about a neck in front. On the outside, Minstrel's trying to wear it down. Max Delight, and further out is Terry. It's Don Hugo, the leader. Minstrel is trying its heart out with 75 metres to go. Don Hugo's in front, and the Luke McCarthy Trophy cabinet is now complete. Don Hugo is good. Goes home to beat Minstrel. Max Delight.
Yes, Don Hugo all the way, folks. Yes, Don Hugo gets it done. Made the move at the right time and about the 1,000 metre mark. When he saw Minstrel coming, he said, I've got to go to lead. Then that's the way the race won. With Curly James and My Moonlight Dream making moves early on, but they ran out of puff and they were the first ones to go. But obviously the big story out of the start of the race is when Captain Knock tried to push out with Narano, who went back, which was absolutely not what Narano needed to do. They both checked out and went out the back door, but to be honest, they battled afterwards. They had their chance to race into the top 5 or 6. They just paddled, to be honest. I think that you could make that an excuse, but to be fair, both of them were not up to it in the final. Mishap, not great, but clearly they were still not up to it. But that was an early sensation. But early on, Dangerous got the lead, but that was the end of the penny section for him, because he handed up the Moonlight Dream, they handed up to Curly James, they handed up to Don Hugo, and then Curly James was going backwards, and so was My Moonlight Dream. And that's leaving Dangerous to get out, and when he got out, he was running home nicely at the end. But too little, too late, running into 5th. But to be honest, I think he would only be running 3rd, even if he was behind Don Hugo, because he ran well down the straight, but I don't think he would have got up and won. I think he would have been 3rd at best. And Pete said so. Again, another one who, old school horse that loves this Tough and Rumble series, always running on. And it was a big run for 6 for Pete said so. He just patted the last, but he could have got 5th. But just the horse he is, he just battled him for 6. But a very good Pete said so. Good series for him as he continues to always do well over here. But yeah, milestone win for Luke McCarthy. Salute to you. Well done. congratulations, got it done. Minstrel, the old Marvel, battling off at Sitting Park, running second, and Max Delight as well. Raced for 7 years, another old Marvel, 9-year-old, doing some good things, but to be honest, again, Don Hugo got into a series that was weak, and he was the best of the lot, but he's got bigger fish to fry if he wants to be the top dog, if he wants to take on the Swayzes, the leap to fame, and others that are coming for him, Merlin and the likes. But again, you got to race in the series to win it, and that's what he did, and congratulations there. But yeah, Jared Croker, he'll be disappointed that Captain's Knock was knocked out the back door. He was on course, and he'll be very disappointed in his runner, Captain's Knock, not getting it done. But yeah, the question marks to me is why Curly Jansen pushed the go button early when Don Hugo didn't go forward. He could have got the lead earlier without having to do the burn. And the same with Narano. Both could have been lead trail early on. To me, that was the shock of the race for mine. I mean, I understand it, but to be honest, you're going backwards in this field. You're no chance anyway. Regardless, it looked like either runner would have been no hope anyway, but that's the way to go. But yeah, a Moonlight Dream was absolutely gone a long way from home in this series. Dangerous, probably one of the run horses of the series, but whether he can go to the next level is probably a question mark, but he's definitely a pretty good horse. But you'll be interesting to see what they do for going forward. The good thing though with the Interdominions for the next 3 years are going to be Albion Park, but the series is going to be different. It's going to be 3 races week to week to week, which potentially will get more horses there, but I still like the old series. I really do. I like the old series we had. With the Trotters, there was a little bit of procession, to be honest. There's only about 5 good horses in it, the rest were battlers. But yeah, I still like the old system. Maybe it's old school. The horses can't handle it anymore. But yeah, it just doesn't give me the same thing. But at least the prize money's gone up. So the prize money's gone up, which we'll see more horses, and hopefully we will see some New Zealand flesh there next season. That's what we've got to hope for going forward. What do we see coming up in Auckland, for instance? Merlin. What are these horses got to do? Will they come from the Miracle Mile? I hope so, but I don't know if they will. Unfortunately, the race by Grins is at their doorstep and they don't have to travel, but it all depends on who comes, who doesn't. Leap to Fame will be looking to defend his title on the Miracle Mile, I'm sure of it, after the Hunter Cup, if he's back and ready to go. But the question mark is he's into Interdominion not long after that, so it's going to be interesting to see where these horses go. There's so many options these days. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. But yes, it's going to be interesting Miracle Miles and they're coming up. Well, I thought we'd just take a little bit of a lighten bit of racing here, and I thought we'll look at 2 races quickly here. Have a little faith for the Phil Williamson team, winning on debut and winning easily. Don't get it wrong, this field was not strong, but she won with a leg in the air and potential to be a good horse in the future. And will she get to open class? We will see. And then after this, my drive of the week from Michael Hay. Yep, I'm going to put the 2 videos together. The name I can't remember completely off my head, by the top of my head, but Quercus Rubra, yes, the trotter. They went on a merry race, tried to run them ragged, and did he hold on to win? Well, we'll see in our drive of the week.
The 400 metres they are. Have a Little Faith travels well. Major Doozy parked Maroubra third. Third quarter 29.5. Natives Colour to Moon, Chester Gold coming wider, and See No Evil saving runs the inside, but it's Have a Little Faith inside the 200 away by 2. Major Doozy Maroubra trying to give chase out wider. Natives Colour to Moon and inside for See No Evil, but she's held together and she's travelling far too good here. Have a Little Faith, and in the end she will lead them all of the way. Have a Little Faith, too good.
Lucas Rubra, who's trying to take the sting out of them and led it by 2. Cosmos McAngel onto its back. About 8 or 9 lengths away, Beaver on third. Manchester in Time got to fourth, followed by Royal Action, and 10 lengths to Run Forest Run as they get to the end of the back straight. 1,300 metres to go. Quercus Rubra continues the strong tempo as she runs down the side. Of course, she did this 3 starts ago and was a runaway winner Yeah, similar tactics by Royal Action. Manchester in Time has been doing it tough, chasing this hot tempo. 400 metres to go. Still Quercus Rubra. Cosmic Angel coming away from the inside. She's just feeling the pinch, the leader. Beveron up onto them 3 wide. Royal Action. Manchester in Time trying to grind on. Coming to the corner, it's been a lung-burning speed. Quercus Rubra hanging in there. Beveron in the middle. Cosmic Angel, wider Royal Action, and further back Manchester in Time. Beveron moved up. Quercus Rubra fighting on. Cosmic Angel between them. The widest is Royal Action. Up the middle, Beveron. Quercus Rubra still kicking the inside. Still in front, Quercus Rubra. Quercus Rubra would not be denied, and Quercus Rubra leads all the way.
What a drive from Michael Hay. I salute you, brother. Absolutely outstanding. He went out the back door. He stepped and run. Went for the, like he did a while ago. Continued to race hard. Manchester in Time, I'm not sure what was happening there with the drive. They could have just waited a little bit longer and the horse wouldn't have tired so much. But yeah, to be honest, it wasn't a strong field, but still the fact that the way he drove it to perfection. The one he put enough pressure on other horses like Beveron and our wider Royal Action when they were making their moves, just put enough sting out of their tail so they were pedaling up the straight, and he held on to win. Just a great drive from Michael Hay. And Have a Little Faith absolutely bolted in, left them to it. Could have won by plenty more, but another one probably got a lot of work to do in this ring craft before we see the best of them. Well, yes, let's get to the big 3, the big bands at Alexandra Park on the Friday night, where we saw upsets galore. Yes, sure indeed. Maury Mack back to his best with Miki Shan getting it done, taking out Better Eclipse, Johnny Mont and the likes, as well as the great Duchess Mexhit getting it done. Looks like the best staying mare in the country, maybe even in Australasia, coming from a hopeless position to win this race. And obviously the shock at the start of Prince Maritan taking the lead. So we're going to see all that. And Zach Meredith gets his first Group 1. Let's check this all now on the tape.
27 down the back. The Big Lebowski, but the Victorian. Better Eclipse is right there to challenge as they come for home. Miki Shan, 2 lengths, Village Rebel. Jolimont going through his gears down the outside. The Big Lebowski's in front. Miki Shan, Better Eclipse is done with. Here's Jolimont starting to fly under the arches. The Big Lebowski throw the inside. Miki Shan. Have we got another blowout? We have Miki Shan. Miki Shan and Morris. Faith in Manchester opens up a length and a quarter. Congrazia Love might not take the passing lane up on the outside then as they come for home. Virginia Clouds back on the inside then to One More Moment, homeward bound. Faith in Manchester, a length and a half. Congrazia Love, One More Moments coming home strongly through on the inside. 100 to go. Faith in Manchester, One More Moments coming hard. Congrazia Love the outside. Congrazia Love, One More Moment diving the inside. Photo finish. One More Moment. I think the Candyman, he might have blown them out in the inaugural running of the TAB. Second Group 1, the Woodland Stud, Queen of Hearts, and the green light is up and we're off and racing. Coming out nicely, Seclusion, Mr. Kaplan, Princess Meritaten from the outside. She has exploded across. Princess Meritaten, well, she's going to go to the early lead over Mr. Kaplan. Duchess Mexhit, the race favourite. She's taking off now, but she's going to have to reel off a really big figure. She's going to have to run the hands off the clock to beat Princess Meritaten. 400 out. Further back, Joe's Rock. 28 and 7 down the back. Princess Meritaten. Here's Duchess Mexhit moving up to Lady of the Light. Mr. Kaplan, H.R. Fiskin, passing lane. Princess Meritaten let down by a length and a quarter. Duchess Mexhit, Mr. Kaplan, Lady of the Light and Treacherous Gal. Princess Meritaten, Duchess Mexhit, 100 to go. What a sterling battle here. The leader, Princess Meritaten, Duchess Mexhit, winding up on the outside. Duchess Mexhit, what a win. What a win in the Woodland Stud. Queen of Hearts, Duchess Mexhit. Princess Meritaten.
Wow, how good was that? Princess Meritaten flew the gate. Everyone thought Lady of the Light would lead, but there was the first. Well, if you look at Maury Mack on Lady of the Light, had a little look to the inside and never even looked at Prince Meritaten, and the next one, Prince Meritaten, was in the lead. So that was the end of the penny section there for Lady of the Light. A little bit more aggressive, might have been able to get the trail, but he thought he'd get there easy enough, but no, didn't predict Princess Meritaten. So once Princess Meritaten got the lead, then the pressure was on from there, and then pretty much from there was a non-event. Lady of the Light went to park, and nothing happened till about the 600 metre mark, when Zach Butcher goes, let's go, let's give them a sprint. And what a sprint it was. Duchess Mexhit coming home stronger than Princess Meritat and probably not a stayer, but it wasn't a super long race. So, yeah, but to me, yeah, Duchess Mexhit very, very good. But yeah, what a race. Congrats, you love. Faith in Manchester leading and then coming from 3 deep. And what a moment for the Candyman Greg Sugars getting home second mare for one more moment right on the line from the inside. Big win. Faith in Manchester did the donkey work and just got run down later like he probably deserved the win. Congrats, you love, had the opportunity but just could not quite get there. Would he want to gone into the pasture lane? Maybe. Potentially. We'll never know. But it's the way racing goes. So that was great to see. And obviously the trot, the pace. The Big Lebowski. Yes, the Big Lebowski. Jollymont and Better Eclipse were out. Shunned by Miki Shan through the inside race. Well, anyway, plenty of racing to come here. Invercargill Cup, Mwanga taking on Republic Party and the likes. It's not that strong a field. Quite a few battlers, so I'm expecting one of those two to win. And sooner the better. Looking to keep its winning record going as towards another Miracle Mile berth. Why not? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all these races shape up. Interesting if we see a New Zealander go to Gloucester Park for their big race. That hasn't happened as yet, and I expect you need a tight turning track horse. So it's hard to put the pressure on the first time racing there. But anyway, thank you. That is Barry Charles Harness for another episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back next week.